Well, there's an abundance of exciting talent on display at Club Menangle on Saturday night. And despite the fact that we have 7 races, it's certainly going to be a crackerjack meeting. The man with the best seat in the house is Jack Trianor, and I caught up with Jack to talk about the Kiwi invasion. Well, Jack, like everyone else, I'm extremely excited to see some of this horse flesh that you've got in action on Saturday night. In race 2, Krug, this sensational performer from New Zealand, how's he looked on arriving?
Yeah, he arrived on Sunday in really good order, Mick. Young Carter Dalgetty, Cran's sons, come over with them too, and he's a really nice horse to look at, and really an eye catcher. So I'm really excited to be able to get his seat behind him. He's
a multiple Group 1 winner, coming off a last start win at Cambridge. Club Menangle track should just be ideal for him.
Yeah, you'd think so. He's just a genuine good horse, isn't he? Some once in a lifetime horse for some people, and. I've obviously followed his career a little bit over in New Zealand. Obviously, I still keep a good following of Cran's horses. Obviously, for people that know, that's where I learnt the ropes and started my career as a young fella in New Zealand. So, it's pretty exciting stuff, and I'm sure, like you said, Menangle will suit him down in the ground.
You are expecting him to win?
I think it'll be very hard to beat. Yeah, he's obviously, his main aim is the Chariots in a few weeks' time, but off his Cambridge win last start and how he looks and how he worked this morning, I do expect probably the class to rise there.
Over to race 4, you've got 3 runners, BK Spy, Jandon Strike, and a pretty handy man by the name of Stylish Memphis.
Yeah, they're all going quite good. Jandon Strike ran second last start. She was beaten by BK Spy, who went really good. She put it all together and reeled off a really good quarter. They're probably just a step below, obviously, the latter one, Stylish Memphis, who's come through her run really good. I couldn't be happier with her. Obviously drawn a bit wide, but back to her own sex of a mares only race, and I expect her to go in a winning way as well.
Yeah, she's going to be very much deep into the red, Jack. Over to race 5, another member from the Cran Dalgetty stable, Just Remember Me. She's arrived with Krug. How does she look?
Yeah, she's probably not as exciting to look at. She's just a pretty plain-looking filly. She obviously looks really fit and really healthy, and if anyone that sees her breeding, she's a Captain Treacherous filly out of the champion mare Adore Me, so it doesn't get much better bred than that. And I watched a few of her runs when I found out she was coming, and she went massive in the Group 1 in Auckland last start, where she ran second. She probably deserved to win it, actually beaten by Mark Purden's Hot Pot. She also trained really well today, and again, they've sort of given her the visitor's draw, but on her class, I think she's going to be right in it. It'll be just a really good guide to see where she matches up against these New South Wales fillies, obviously with a few nice ones of them as well, but if you can take anything from her New Zealand form and then chuck her breeding on top, she's obviously going to do a really good job, and she's obviously here targeted for the Oaks.
7 starts for 2 wins and 3 placings. She's up against Madrid, who's had 7 starts for 6 wins and does draw better. Where do you see yourself in running, Jack?
Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. I know she has got really good gate speed. Madrid does also. She's obviously the pin-up filly from here throughout the year, throughout last year's season. So I'd expect to probably roll forward a bit and see where we lob. But it'd be a really interesting matchup to see how she compares, because I think that this filly that I'm driving is coming out of some really strong New Zealand racing, which over the years has probably proved to be good form for over here. So again, I'm just excited to be able to drive a filly of that quality and drive a couple of horses for Cran.
You've got some other nice drives on the meeting, including 2 for Peter Russo in the first Ragnar. Consistent type, but over the last Prosecution Witness, may be probably the best out of the lot that you're not training.
Yeah, I reckon that. I just seen him. He sort of caught my eye a bit on paper when I went through the fields and seen I was on him. It's a nice small field, and he's been going really well. He was luckless 2 starts ago and run a really nice fourth, actually, I think, last start, and a quickly run last quarter. So, I reckon he's probably a good little each-way bet in the last.
Jack, around about this time last year, we were having discussions about your career, in particular your training career. Stylish Memphis arrives, and from that point onwards, it's just been a stellar performance from yourself. Can you believe how quickly you've risen through the ranks to become now one of our most popular and leading trainers?
Yeah, it has, Mick. It does. It feels fast to me too. I know that I've obviously been very, very lucky to have some great support and great mentors over the years, and it just all sort of worked out to be really good timing when I decided to go out on my own, and the ownership, all the owners that have just jumped in and supported me has been overwhelming, and obviously with some results, the quality of horse just keeps getting better and better. I've got great staff at home which all do everything properly. We look after every horse individually, and it's a credit to them as well, and without them I can't do what I need to be doing. So yeah, it's just an overall thing. It's really well, and I just hope that it continues to keep growing.
It's good that you continue to have that very strong link back home with your fellow New Zealanders.
Yeah, it is. And so obviously, like even driving for Cran, it's something that probably means a bit more to me than what people would realise. Obviously, I started learning the ropes from Cran when I was 14 years old and sort of fitted in like one of the family there for about 5 years. So to now be over here with his son, who I knew since he was about 4 or 5 years old, and with two of his best horses, it's quite crazy how the full circle works, and I'm really enjoying it, and I just hope that we have a really good time together.
Well, Jack, it's a great advertisement that hard work does pay off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you definitely do have to put in the hard work, and I feel like I have done that. But yeah, anyone young coming through, you've got to be able to listen and take everything on board. And just with all the trainers that I've worked for, I've always just asked questions and taken notes, taken criticism. And now that I'm out on my own, I can take the bits and pieces that I think work the best from them, and it seems to be working. So no, it is definitely a result of hard work.
Well, Jack, it's going to be great to see you in action at Club and Eagle on Saturday night behind three very exciting performers. Good luck.
Yeah, great. Thanks. I can't wait.